Welcome YouTube to my first update to my own personal rig. Today I'm going to be installing 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 of these white cold cathode lights. I believe it's going to go awesome with my black, white, and red theme that I got going on here in my Corsair 900D. I believe that the reason I went with these type of lights versus traditional LEDs is I actually had an NZXT LED strip in here. The problem is that LEDs have spacing in between the actual LED diodes. So because of that, each light gives off a little bit, but then there's a little black spot and a light and a little black spot. And overall, I felt like the way that it looked, it didn't give a nice uniform light, at least not in this case. Maybe because the case was so big, so I had to include a lot of spacing in between each lights. I could have probably fixed it maybe by buying another set or 2 of the LED strips. But I felt that instead I'm gonna go with these cold cathode lights because they're pretty cheap. I was able to buy 4 of these. I believe a 2-pack was $15 on Amazon. I'll provide a link down in the description. But yeah, so I'm hoping that this gives a much more cohesive lighting scheme throughout the case. So yeah, so before we get started, I also want to give a shout out to my friend Jordan, also known as Flying Lion 23. He hooked me up with a brand new logo that you'll see down here or down here, down at the bottom, as well as the logo in the opening animation. So I just want to give a shout out to him, say thanks. I'll also provide a link to his portfolio and stuff down in the description. All right, well, let's get started. So yeah, so the first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to put the lights in with some tape on them, some painter's tape. So that way I could figure out exactly the layout that I wanted and the configuration that I wanted without getting locked in to having zip ties on them or something and then have them, you know, nice and tight in there forever. So I put them in with some tape, I fired it up, I turned the lights on, and personally I did not like it. The problem was that the lights were much brighter than I was expecting. So because of this, my motherboard was almost completely hidden by these lights. They just dominated the case versus showing lights onto the case, which is what I wanted in the first place. So I pulled them out, I put them back up in a new location, actually up hidden, at least partially hidden by the case itself, the side panel, and then the fans that were in the top. So with that, you could see now they were much better hidden, and I think the overall look was much more what I wanted. So, as you can tell by my third outfit, this actually took quite a bit of time, at least chronologically. I had to take care of some family stuff. Most notably, me and my wife were both sick over the past couple days. So yeah, so I finished it up. I'm very happy with everything. As you can see from this awesome B-roll, I think it fits perfectly at my desk. I mean, the lights behind and under my desk matched with the lights in the case just give an awesome look to my entire workspace. If I could do it again, maybe the only thing I would do differently is possibly do a little more research on the lights themselves, since they did come with a lot of wires and the wires were very ugly. So it was quite tricky to mount all these wires in my case. Luckily, I had a basement where I could put most of them. But other than that, you know, I think it turned out great. So yeah, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, thumbs it down. Leave me a comment with, you know, suggestions for future videos or anything like that. And if you like my stuff, subscribe. Thanks for watching.